I'm already set it. Oh yeah. Ma'am. No, yesterday all we did was the backside of the homework sheet.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So today is not an easy day by any means. Rational expressions are challenging. A lot of people ask me, what is this test like? I would say this test is usually goes about the same as the last test. So if the last test was tough for you, this one might be tough as well. But rational expressions are fractions, and that's why we want to kind of review how we add and subtract fractions. So we're going to start here, and then we're going to jump to a different section. But what do you have to have if you're adding and subtracting fractions? Common denominator. So if I have 1/2 and 3/8, what's the common denominator?
8.
8. So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom of this fraction by 4. And as I do, I get 4/8 plus 3/8. So I get 7/8.
Hey, Mr. Getz.
What up, G?
Could I possibly get a packet?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is going to be the common denominator for the next one? 35. So you multiply the top and bottom of one side by what?
35.
No.
5.
5. You're going to multiply the top and bottom of the other side by
7.
7. So go ahead and do that.
I can't do that math.
And I get 11/35. Everybody okay with that? Okay. We're going to skip letter C. I'd like you to do letter D on your own. Do letter D on your own. So you can subtract those two fractions on your own.
I do like.
I chose a common denominator of 30. Multiply the top and bottom by 3 and the other side by 2/2. And I got 23/30. Is everybody okay with the process of adding and subtracting fractions?
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to adding and subtracting rational expressions. Algebraic expressions are written as fractions. Flip it over to this section right here.
Oh, wait, what?
Flip it over one page.
Okay, my bad.
And you can see that for letter A, we have a 2x in the denominator, and we have a 3. The first step is to identify the common denominator. What will be the common denominator?
6.
6x.
6x. So in order to create a 6x in the denominator, I'm going to multiply the top and bottom of this side by 3, and the top and bottom of the other side by 2x. Now, the first mistake that people make is they do not distribute that 3 to each term. So it's 3 times the quantity, 5x minus 1. And we get 15x minus 3, all over 6x. Furthermore, you must distribute the 2x to each one of those terms. So it's minus, and then 2x times 4x is 8x squared. And 2x times 3 is 6x. And that all sits over 6x. Any question how I came up with that? Now I look to combine like terms. Are there any other squareds other than this 8x squared?
No.
Is the 8x squared positive or negative?
Negative.
It is negative because the subtraction sign needs to be distributed. So this is a negative 8x squared. So I'm done with that one. Is it 15x minus 6x or is it 15x plus 6x?
Minus.
15x minus 6x gives me 9x. So I'm done with those. And then is it positive 3 or negative 3?
Negative.
It's a negative 3, and that all sits over 6x.
That's crazy.
I would like you to try letter B on your own. Try letter B on your own. Any questions how we came up with 14x squared plus 20? Okay, let's get slightly more challenging. We look at problem 4A. 4A. Right now, between you and your friend, try to decide what is the common denominator. Go talk. What's the common denominator? Take 15 seconds. Decide between you and the person next to you what's the common denominator.
What do you think?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is x times x minus 1. Now, sometimes people look at this situation and they say, I'm just going to subtract a 1. And then now it's an x minus 1. Well, just think if we had, say, 5 over 3 plus 5 over 4, could you say, oh, well, this is just different by 1, so I'm just going to add 1 to create a 4 there. You can't do that, can you? Or you'd say the common denominator is 12. Okay, you can't just add something to the denominator that way. Okay, it's very illegal. So I need to multiply one side, top and bottom, by x over x, and I need to multiply top and bottom the other side by x minus 1 over x minus 1.
I don't think it's. Don't you have to distribute?
So yes, Carly is correct. As we look at this top piece here, I need to take x minus 1 times x plus 1. What is x minus 1 times x plus 1? We'll write it out. X minus 1 times x plus 1. X times x is x squared. And x times positive 1 is positive x. Negative 1 times x is negative x. And negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. What happens to the middle two terms? They cancel. So as you can see, if we were to multiply out x minus 1 times x plus 1, you get x squared minus 1. And that is over my new denominator of x times x minus 1. Then I have a plus sign. What do we have on the right-hand side?
X squared.
I have an x squared, and in the denominator, I have an x times an x minus 1. Now, are there terms that we could combine in the numerator?
X squared.
Yep. You could combine the x squareds to get a 2x squared minus 1 over x times x minus 1. Any question there? Okay. I don't like this problem. Can I change it real quick?
Sure.
Yeah.
Instead of doing that problem, let's do 5 over x minus 2 minus 4 over x plus 3. What is going to be the common denominator?
X minus 2x minus x plus.
Yeah, x minus 2 times x plus 3 is going to be our common denominator. So as I write this out, 5 over x minus 2 minus 4 over x plus 3, I'm going to multiply the top by x plus 3 and the bottom by x plus 3 for this fraction on the left-hand side. For the fraction on the right-hand side, I multiply the top and bottom by x minus 2 over x minus 2. So you help me. What do I get on this left-hand side?
X squared.
5x.
X minus 15.
And distribute that 5x plus 15. And on the bottom, if you multiply that out, you would get an x squared. I'm going to choose to leave it in factored form. Leave it as x plus 3 times x minus 2 minus, what do you get over here?
4x minus 8.
4x minus 8 all over x plus 3 times x minus 2.
Does it matter what order the bottom ones are in?
Nope. So once you've written it in this format, now it's time to see if we could combine any terms and make one fraction. Is it 5x minus 4x or is it 5x plus 4x?
Mine.
Minus, and 5x minus 4x is just x. Is it going to be 15 minus 8 or is it 15 plus 8?
Plus 8.
Why is it 15 plus 8?
Negative. Plus a negative.
Yeah, this negative distributes to both pieces, so 15 plus 8 is 23. And that sits over x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay, we're almost done, and we'll give you guys some time to be able to work on your assignments. But right now, we're going to go back to just a conversation with your partner. Try to decide for letter A, what do you think will be the common denominator for letter A? What is the common denominator you think for letter A? Take a moment. Talk to your friend.
Yeah.
It'd be the.
I literally talked to this. I don't know more.
Is that right? I honestly think I did that right.
Okay, boys and girls, if you look at this situation here, x squared minus 9 does factor in x plus 3 times x minus 3. And so therefore, it already has an x minus 3. So we're going to multiply the top and bottom by an x plus 3 over x plus 3.
I don't think I did that
Okay? So the portion on the left stays the same. I have a 4x minus 3 over x plus 3 times x minus 3. That part stays the same. The portion on the right-hand side changes. I have to take 2x minus 3 times x plus 3. We do have to FOIL this out. 2x times x. So I have a 2x squared, and then I'm going to look at the middles. I have a positive 6x and a negative 3x. Positive 6x and negative 3x. Positive 3x. And then notice how it's a negative 9 on the end there. And on the bottom, x plus 3 times x minus 3. And now it's time to subtract. Will it be a positive 2x squared or a negative 2x squared? Negative 2x squared. Is it 4x minus 3x or 4x plus 3x? So 4x minus 3x is positive x. And then notice it's negative 3 minus a negative 9. Negative 3 minus a negative 9. That's going to be negative 3 plus 9, which gives you a total of 6. That all sits over x plus 3 times x minus 3. So based off that problem we just did for our final problem, notice as you look in the denominator, you can always check to see if something factors. And does x minus 2 factor?
No.
Does 3x minus 6? So if you take out a 3, you're left with x minus 2. So notice that that is going to be my common denominator. So we just multiply the top and bottom here by 3. And so we have 6x minus 21 over 3 times x minus 2. And we will add to that 8x over 3 times x minus 2. Combine our like terms, we get a 14x minus a 21 over 3 times x minus 2. And that's my result. So as you look at your homework, you have your next assignment. It is just a front page. You just have 8 problems to try. They're going to model very similar to what we just did. The answer key is posted up for you to check already. Okay. And we will be, this is a short unit. It's really only about 4 lessons in length. We will be testing next week sometime. My guess is probably next week, Wednesday or Thursday, somewhere around there. Okay. So I'll let you be from there.